Hello everyone, Jack Etchman here from Scootertrix Studios.
And I'm AtomicCatacombs. I do the visual effects for Scootertrix the Abridged.
And we are back for another commentary, this time for episode 21 of Scootertrix the Abridged. So, without further ado, let us begin. the royal correspondence theme. So, I liked having the idea where it's like Celestia is gone, so we only get Luna in these Celestia Luna scenes. And it was just a neat idea to have her like going, oh no, I'm becoming Celestia, so oh no, and seeing how she would kind of try to deal with this stuff.
Oh my god, I'm turning into Celestia.
So kind of some nice background for her. So, I've mentioned this before in previous reactions, but it's like, this was not one of the ones I thought was going to be that good. Just because it's like a 19, that's going to be the funny one. But then it wasn't. I was like, oh, crud. No, all these other ones are going to suck. If 19 didn't do that well. But, I don't know. But it turned out okay. And this scene, I really like this first scene. I think there's a lot of good, like, banter jokes in there, and
no, I don't.
yeah. And then Atomic did a really nice shot in this scene too.
Yes, this scene with Spike, where he's like wrapped up in his clothes and looking up, or wrapped up in his bed, kind of looking up, talking to Twilight. Originally, that has the credits from obviously the original writers of the episode over the top. And obviously, we can't really use that because that looks a bit weird in a parody. So basically Jack tasked me with the job of getting rid of them, and I managed to do it, and it actually looks pretty good. I had to completely redo the background where the train is moving, so everything that you see in that from outside the window, I had to put in myself. So none of it is original, or rather, it is original, but none of it is from the original episode.
Yeah. Yeah, and you had to loop it too, I think.
Yeah, I had to make one really long composite shot, one really wide a composite shot with a really wide resolution, just so that it would last long enough.
Yeah.
Pony.
Yeah. I remember I had to actually, like, I use Photoshop a lot, and just in little shots, but I had to use Photoshop to take out all the TPs in it, in that one shot, and then send it to and make it look more like the night sky, and
Well, what is she doing? I don't know. Hello.
So the train, again, it's one of these, like, the scenes where it's just a bunch of buffer footage where it's like it's really dependent on the action, and I don't like these scenes because they take up time, but they're kind of necessary, so I don't know. I love how Twilight actually uses she says hello to get the bird's attention, like she's learned.
Yeah.
I think that was my dad's idea, actually, because he wrote a bit in this episode, and he actually put that in there.
Yeah, there's some neat little continuity there with the hello.
Silly, you can't escape me. Oh, Nats, the bird's down.
Yeah.
Spike.
Spike. Yeah, that was literally the only shot I could give where Spike's not there.
Okay.
It's like, are they taking Spike?
Figure out what the buffalo and changelings are up to.
That was a little longer. There was more sound effects there, but I'm like, no, don't do long bits of episode with sound effects. So just cut that part a bit.
Flown 1,000 furlongs to get out here. Shortcut. So where are the buffalo? No idea. But I think
This scene changed a lot, like with dialogue and what she says when the buffalo actually come in.
Parlay? Bird, Pinky.
Yeah, like that line was completely different a couple times,
Right.
but we finally settled on that.
I got this.
And then this episode in general was a nightmare because something went wrong, like some files got corrupted or something, and I basically lost the entire episode at one point. And Eric and I we spent like 3 days we basically had to update my computer, and it was crazy, insane, scary. And I was like, I don't want to do this. And it was just a nightmare. And yeah, but we actually got it back up, and things worked out. But I had to re-edit a bunch of sound effects 3 times. All the sound effects in this episode I had to re-edit 3 times.
Damn.
So that sucked.
Yeah.
Because I kept losing the files. This part I remember being, we had a little fun with this. It took us like 30 minutes, but we were trying to think of all these puns we could use, or like yo mama jokes for the sun and Celestia. And I think we came up with quite a few good ones in there.
We like Celestia. She trolls with style. Besides,
She's just so mad. Rainbow Jesus.
You're a changeling.
And this episode, of course, features Josh Scorcher, who I thought would be perfect for the role. And he read the script and he's like, yeah, I'll be part of it. And it's like he's one of the few people who I've asked in voice acting, because I've asked a lot of people now. But he's one of the few people who like responded to my email, and then not only that, but he accepted. So that was very nice. And yeah.
Yeah, go check him out. He's cool.
Very nice working with him. Yeah, he has way more subscribers than we do, so I guess if you haven't heard of him and you're watching this, then wow. I guess go check him out. I don't think we're gonna give him much attention.
Yeah.
Why have you sided with the changelings anyway? It's not like they have your best interest.
And then the person playing the buffalo is her name is Autumn, and I've actually met her in person. That's she actually said, "Oh, I do some voice acting. I could send you a demo reel." I'm like, "Okay," and she sent me it, and it sounded really good. I'm like, "Oh, I'll keep you in mind for parts," and I thought she'd be perfect for the buffalo. So I asked her, and she was down. So Kitty's also back.
Our loyalty is to our land, and we will protect it.
I thought it'd be funny to have, since Brayburn just talks about Appaloosa and how great Appaloosa is, in our Scootertrix parody, he just says Appaloosa, it is just so great. So that's actual parody that we do sometimes.
How the hell did you guys escape the buffalo?
I remember that negotiating scene though took way too long.
It's the change.
To like in the script, it was way too long. It was messing with the pacing, and it was even longer too. I had to cut so much from it, but it was just like, oh my god.
If you publicly reject Celestia.
What?
And something I think I've mentioned this before in previous ones, but it's like something I was going for was trying to get the elements to I was trying, like, each of these, like, ending episodes, it was going to kind of focus on one of the characters, and they kind of discover their element, or it's like they demonstrate that they know how to use their element, or something along those lines. And so this one was Rainbow Dash, or, sorry, the bird. God, that was so weird. The bird. And it's like her and loyalty. We were trying to aim for that, but a lot of the dialogue geared towards that was cut for time, in order to make the episode funny, because funnier episodes do better than non-funnier episodes.
Yeah.
It's a juggling act, trying to juggle comedy and storytelling in a 10-minute episode. So this was Eric's work mainly with the giant Zeppelin, the swarm, and all the changelings coming in. But this is a scene that I knew I was going to have. Yeah. The Zeppelins are just so freaking cool.
They are so cool. I love it. And then I did this shot with all the missiles.
And then that's Atomic with the missiles.
I remember that one actually took quite a lot of back and forth between me and you, didn't it? Trying to get them to look right and kind of fall correctly, and the explosions to look right and everything. I think it turned out pretty good.
Yeah. It's like, because I was trying to... I keep on going back to The Patriot when I'm doing, like... I hate the movie The Patriot. They do not know how to use like, they do not know how muskets work in The Patriot. It's a bad movie. Don't watch it. But it's like, I keep on going to it because at the same time, it has all the movements that I want for, like, the muskets and the cannons and how they should... I don't know, but it's... Oh, my God. Yeah. But, anyway, so, that was episode 21. So, thank you all for watching, and hope to see you in the next one.
Yeah, bye-bye.